If you're visiting Interlaken, Switzerland, all you have to do is look up at any given time and you will probably find paragliders. In this video, 4 of my 5 kids decided to use their discretionary spending money to go paragliding on the first week of a long European trip. Was it worth it? After days being here at Interlaken, 4 of my kids were begging to go paragliding, so we booked through this guy at Skywings. This kiosk is located right across from the Grand Hotel at Interlaken. Now you do have to reserve your slot ahead of time. I recommend a few days ahead of time and check the weather, because if the weather is not good, they won't take you. The weather does have to be ideal and they're not gonna risk it. The kids got a little bit lucky because the conditions were sketchy on the morning of their reservation. The crew will meet you and you'll pack up into a van, and soon enough you're on your way. You're heading up to a hill that's a little bit behind the heart of Kulm, and it goes up considerably higher as well. There's a few switchbacks and turns along this road, so be prepared. Abby, you nervous?
No.
What about you, Sarah? What do you think?
About what?
About this paragliding. Are you excited or nervous or both?
Both.
Yeah. After a 20-minute drive, climbing up to about 3,000 to 4,000 feet above the valley floor, you reach a steep open field. This is the takeoff spot. Only in this case, everybody turned around just a minute later because the wind conditions were not ideal. They had to find a secondary takeoff spot, a similar field located about a half mile from here. I couldn't follow them to that point. Fortunately, the crew did some of the camera work for me.
How is it? Ready to go?
Yeah, bit nervous and excited. So,
What about you?
no plan excited.
It's gonna be cool. We fly this direction, right there. Woohoo! They're going. Leaning forward, running, and then faster running as we are going towards the steep part. Keep running, go fast. How does it feel to paraglide?
Fui.
Haha, nice. We see the big mountains. This is Eiger, famous North Face, Monk, Jungfrau.
Everyone has a choice of whether they want a smooth flight down to the valley floor or whether they want to do some tricks and turns. All of my kids chose the latter. You're seeing mostly Ben here because he's the one who got the video package of the flight itself. In the meantime, I'm racing down the mountain, trying to get down to the field before they land. This is not recommended. If you want to capture a video, just let them go up on their own and stay down in the field. I got lucky and made it just in the nick of time. Back in Interlaken, I see their group on final approach. Of course, it's difficult to identify who's who until the moment they land. All right, David. There he is. Once my son David was on the ground, we looked up and found that Abby was on final approach. Just seconds behind her was my youngest daughter, Sarah. And then my son Ben, who was the final one to land. was it? Was that the funnest thing ever? Yeah.
Yeah, with a good time in the air.
Good time in the air.
Thank you.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
I bet.
High five.
Wait, how do you come down here?
You ready to do this again, Ben?
Yeah.
All right.
He wants to become,
Turn around, smile.
a pilot now.
I bet he does.
He's a great co-pilot already. Perfect.
Switzerland and do this for you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
What do you mean? What do you want to know?
It's scary at all?
No.
Just jumping out?
We didn't jump out. We ran out.
Yeah.
Flew.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Like right now?
I'll do it again right now. Is it scary? Is it scary? No. Did you want to go again? Yeah.
Hey, how was it?
Really fun.
Yeah?
Oh, no.
How was the views?
Good runner.
Yeah, good runner. So you had to do a running takeoff, right?
Yeah, what
All
is
my
that?
pilots alive easy.
Yeah, and how were the views at the top?
Amazing.
Yeah. Scary at all or no?
No.
All right. All of my kids said they loved the experience and they would do it again in a heartbeat. Also, the pictures that were taken of Ben by his pilot turned out magnificent. I would recommend getting the extra package. We wish that we would have done that with more of the kids. Cost of the entire experience, 170 euros per person. And if you want to get the extra photo package, it's an additional 40 euros. Now remember, my kids spent their own discretionary money on this, all except my youngest son, Jacob, who decided he's going to wait for another activity later in the trip. In the meantime, he settled for a Ben & Jerry's ice cream. We'll see if his bet pays off.
Like it?